So, guys, how many jokes in this show?
No, not too many, not enough.
Well, since it's a comedy,
It is a comedy, it's like joke and
jokes are just kind of like always coming on, and if you don't get it, then
screw you.
you're not watching the show correctly.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, how aware of the original game were you before you got the gig?
I'd heard of it.
I hadn't.
I'd heard it very briefly through like a Pink news story that I read about it. But that's it. That was my only sort of introduction to it.
I knew Chernobyl, which, unrelated to the game, is Craig Mazin's show.
I'm told it's the equivalent of a chest X-ray.
You know, Chernobyl is on fire. And every atom of uranium is like a bullet.
And I would have, I don't know, murdered somebody to work with Craig, I suppose. So horrible public confession to make, but
Yeah.
that was my introduction, and then I got to read his first few scripts for the adaptation of The Last of Us, and that day I spoke to my sister, who was driving my nephews, her teenage boys, to school, and I said, there's this job opportunity. It's actually based on a video game. And she's like, yeah, and I said, it's called and I didn't even get to the AST of the word last. And then my nephews like, you assholes, you have to do it. You better get this job, And so I understood very, very quickly what was at stake, and then the entire world kind of opened up to me in terms of and I realized the level of influence that I was under without realizing what the reference was since it came out in 2013, and now let Bella talk.
Why are you so important? Somewhere out west, they're working on a cure. I think what really impressed them was the fact that it turned into a monster.
She's religious twitches.
I mean, Bella, can you top that? Did you have any friends or family or even strangers that have you, gave really intense reactions to the news?
There were friends of mine, a group that I'm a part of and have been since I was really little, called the Television Workshop. That was like how I started acting, I guess. And there was a couple of people in that group who I still text about it all the time. They're huge, huge fans. So that was cool. But in terms of my family, there's no real gamers. So it was a new world for us as well. But again, it opened up to me, and I am aware of the enormity of it.
The grip it's had on all of us.
Yeah.
What was it like seeing the work the production designers had done on a clicker that had melted into a wall? And how did that make you feel?
It was breathtaking. This happened over and over where I would just be like, I can't believe this. When I saw a clicker for the first time standing there in a room with me, I have a great photo of one of the clickers looking at his phone. It was awesome. It's something I never thought I'd see.
I really want a selfie with a bloater, like a proper.
Yes, well, now the bloater is real, so he will kill you. That's the only issue.
Ah, I see. Fair enough. Good point.
Not a real
Appreciate it. You do also have to sneak in actual obvious nods to the game. You can't have this as an Easter egg-free show. What of the nods and Easter eggs that you have snuck in are you proudest of? Obviously, there's Ellie and Troy, but even the trailer, you can see the sort of walkways across, abandoned buildings.
God, there's so many throughout. I don't want to give them away because then they wouldn't be Easter eggs. All I will say is, our philosophy was not to ever say, oh, if you're a fan, you're going to be like, oh yeah, they did the thing just for me. It doesn't matter. Everything needed to have resonance for people that don't understand that they're nods to the game. So we picked and we chose carefully, but always looking for things, always looking for opportunities to reward people because it's love. That's the thing. I love the game. They love the game. We want to take care of them, even as we're bringing this to a whole new audience of people that don't know the game.
How difficult was it not to recreate shot for shots? Because
that was easy.
But they're very good. The game is exceptional, and you go, that giraffe framing is pretty good.
Yes.
I'm scared.
Oh.
What are you doing?
It's all right. Come here. There you go. Hurry up.
I never thought about it as duplicating. There were times where I just thought, oh, that is a really great way of showing this. And so it wasn't so much duplicating as honoring. It was like, well, why would we change it if it is lovely?
Yeah.
Having the game there to inspire us was always great. There were times where, hundreds of times where I would be sending screen caps from the game and saying this. But we also allowed ourselves to do a lot of different things. Sometimes little things like where the sun is in the sky means that instead of Joel being here and Ellie being here, Joel and Ellie are here for a scene that people understand. And that's just life, But I think we did a really good job of showing fidelity where a fan would want it and crave it, and a really good job of doing the new where a fan would also want to feel novel.
Do what I say, what I say. Got any advice on the best way west?
Yeah. Go east.
Somebody would be good. Are there moments from the game that you were super excited about or nervous about recreating?
Yes, so many. The iconic moments and scenes.
You know what the answer to that is. That's why you're asking it. Oh, I love it. I love it. Let's shake our heads at each other. Yeah, I love it getting it back.
You have a greater purpose than any of us could have ever imagined.
Be careful who you put your faith in.
You might not be her father. She was almost.
Well,
Yes.
that's what we say. For both of us, some of which are the same.
So just the anticipation, like I want to do this, not just okay, like I have to do this the best that it can be, and then but that feeling of like affection within a scene never comes. So
Yeah, but Craig was so happy and Neil was so happy.
that's what you have to trust is that in the end it's just be
It's
like
their fault.
so you should blame them.
Yeah, always do, always will. Pedro, have you watched any of The Worst Witch? Because genuinely, it's great.
I have seen.
No, you
Of
haven't.
course I have.
This turn is going to be. Just destroyed the school. The first 5 minutes of term.
Yeah, I remember The Worst Witch back when I was a kid, which is kind of an comic. That was when I was a kid.
No way.
And I was watching The Worst Witch then, and then I was like, yeah, I loved it,
Well met.
and I loved you as well.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, that's so sweet, guys. I've got a dash. Bella, you've got to check out Game of Thrones. It's really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I've heard it's a good show.
Game of who?
There's this great
Another
game. She's brilliant. There's another game. It's another
More
game.
games,
This is
huh?
great.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a great gamer.
Certainly am.
Game away.
Lots of love, guys. I'm gonna
Lots of
dash.
love. Bye.
Right, dash. Mwah.
I know your name's not Dash, but you're dashing.
Bye.